Hello, the Pioneer viewers. We continue to bring you important details of the Russian-Ukrainian War. As you know, the war is about to complete its second year. While the parties continue their mutual attacks, important developments are taking place outside of the front. International talks on the war, which the whole world is following with interest, are also continuing. The international community, which closely follows the developments, is discussing solutions to end the war. On the front line, intense clashes continued. The clashes, which have reached a full and a lull at certain points, instantly escalate against some parts of the front line. Maintaining continuity in times of the war is a very difficult skill. It is necessary to successfully establish attacks and defense plans. At this point, intelligence is the most important actor. Ukrainian intelligence have been playing an active role since the beginning of the war. After the Russian invasion attempt against Ukraine, the Ukrainian army showed a unique example of a struggle. In the face of the unexpected power of the Ukrainian army, the plans of the Russian army were turned upside down. This is precisely where Ukrainian intelligence proved its functionality. It intercepted the operational plans of the Russian army and ensured that many Russian attacks failed. It sabotaged Russian troops in the operations of the Ukrainian army. Ukraine's gains, especially in Crimea, were largely thanks to the work of the Ukrainian intelligence. The importance of the intelligence in a war is especially evident when using the asymmetric warfare methods against the enemy. The Ukrainian intelligence, which provides information on strategic Russian points to the Ukrainian army, has recently carried out another important operation. In the operation organized as a result of the information obtained by the Ukrainian intelligence, secret storage depot belonging to the Russian army were seized. Now, if you're ready, let's examine the details of the breathtaking operation together. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. Recently, Ukrainian military intelligence carried out an important operation. A large number of weapons and ammunition were seized in the operation against identified Russian targets. The details of the operation surprised many. In a statement made by the Ukrainian officials, the activities of the Russian troops in the early stages of the war were revealed. According to the statement, Russian forces made secret buildups in the areas around Kiev in the early stages of the war. The purpose of these buildups was to provide weapons for the future sabotage and reconnaissance groups. Thanks to the information obtained from these secret Russian documents, Ukrainian intelligence neutralized Russian armed depots in the region. In the early days of Russia's invasion, which began in February 2022, Moscow's troops seized parts of northeastern Ukraine and advanced towards the Ukrainian capital. However, counterattacks by the Ukrainian army pushed Russian forces back from the Kiev and the nearby Chernihiv and Sumy regions of the north Ukraine within the weeks. In the following days, as a result of the Ukrainian army's struggle, Russian positions in the northeastern Kharkiv region were also completely cleared. At a time when the Ukrainian army has achieved significant offensives and defensive capabilities, Russian troops have also made preparations for the coming days in their areas. According to the information provided by the Ukrainian intelligence, Russian troops were making preparations to create unrest in Ukraine. One of these preparations was secret weapons depots. According to Russia's plans, the weapons hidden at points inside Ukraine were to be given to the collaborators for the sabotage. The extensive information network of the Ukrainian intelligence prevented this. Dozens of weapons and ammunition were seized during the operation against the identified targets. Recently, Ukrainian commander Serhiy Nayev mentioned sabotage groups in his statement. According to the Nayev's statements, Ukrainian authorities contacted a Russian sabotage group in the Sumy region. Throughout the war, Ukrainian intelligence provided instant information flow through its reconnaissance and observation activities against the Russian troops. Thanks to the information provided by the intelligence, the Ukrainian army has achieved significant success by conducting pinpoint operations. Kiev authorities have repeatedly expressed their satisfaction with the coordinated work of Ukrainian units. One of the armed depots seized by the Ukrainian intelligence was located near the city of Bucha, northwest of Kiev. Among the items seized in the operation were grenades, electronic detonators, automatic weapons, and more than 15 kilograms of explosives. Russian forces occupied Bucha and nearby Irpin for just over a month in the spring of 2022. International investigations into the alleged Russian war crimes in and around Bucha are still ongoing. According to local sources, there are many violations of the law of the war by the Russian military in the region. In particular, attacks on the civilians have been recorded many times and reported to the international legal authorities. Another warehouse was located near the Kure in western Transcarpathian or Zakarpattia region. Items seized from the warehouses included large explosive ammunition, grenades, bullets, and submachine guns. The locations of the warehouse is of strategic importance as it is the area. Ukrainian intelligence continues to conduct reconnaissance and surveillance. Ukrainian intelligence, which has information flow from within the Russian army, is known as an important force for Ukraine to end the Russian occupation. Ukrainian intelligence, which has captured maps of strategic facilities belonging to the Russian army in the past days, has a critical importance for Kiev. Increasing Ukrainian attacks in recent days shows that the war has moved to the new dimension. Organizing shock attacks against the exhausted Russian troops, the Ukrainian army wants to increase its gains. The decision taken by the Ukrainian President Zelensky also support. Zelensky, who made critical changes in the Ukrainian army the other day, thinks a new phase in the war is needed. Zelensky, who changed the head of the Ukrainian army and commanders in some critical position, wants absolute success. The Kiev authorities, who are working hard to free Ukraine from the Russian occupation as soon as possible, continue to improve their relations with the US and Europe. In order for the Ukrainian army to continue fighting, support packages must also continue. At this point, the Ukrainian army, which receives significant support from its allies, is pursuing the effective war policy. So how do you interpret the operation organized by the Ukrainian intelligence? Do you think Ukrainian intelligence has been an effective tool during the war? What do you think about the Russia's sabotage plan? Do you think the changes in the Ukrainian army will change in the direction of the war? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.